Hi, this is Dr. Pyong Kim. I'm here to present our article named Online Platform to Promote Learners' Higher Order Questioning Skills. This is a brief agenda of the introduction. I will start by talking about the background of the study, followed by higher order questions definitions, online questioning platforms, scaffolding, and research questions. The idea or the notion of higher order questions refer to advanced cognitive demands on students beyond simply recalling or reading information from the given texts. It has potential to result in learners' higher cognitive skills as well as their critical thinking skills. It is a type of skills that is required in this fast-changing modern society. But the problem we notice is that the students are becoming less and less engaged with questioning activities in schools these days. The goal of schooling has been defined as more of enabling learners to generate more right questions than having them ask good questions. More simply put, teachers do not necessarily lead the learners to become interested in making good questions. There are a number of inquiry-based learning or IBL online platforms that are designed to trigger students' questioning activities, including QPPA, Piazza, Smile, etc. These platforms are designed to promote their participants' higher order questioning skills by having them participate in question generation activities. Recently, more and more research interests are drawn in this technology field these days. More and more researches are conducted regarding the existing online IBL platforms that showed the following results. First, students appear to have a hard time creating good questions. Even when students come up with questions they generate, these question levels appear to be low, with most of them being multiple choice question functions that were simply designed for peer assessment purpose and or finding right answers. Also, functions that are implemented in order to promote participants' better learning were not well embedded in a way that actually results in successful students' learning. More recently, researchers on the online question generation platforms focus on scaffolding strategies that are embedded in the online learning platforms. Many relevant tools have been developed in order to support learners' critical thinking skills. However, there exists insufficient amount of researches on the online question platforms in order to enhance students' critical thinking skills despite its importance. Scaffolding students to generate high-quality questions requires the following: clear and persistent guidance, modeling, sample questions, evaluation rubrics, ample practice, and opportunities. Our study found the needs for a question platform that scaffolds learners' higher order questioning skills. To this end, we aim to design a prototype of an online questioning platform that is providing a scaffolding to foster learners' higher order questioning skills. In this slide, I would like to compare the higher order questions with lower level questions. Higher order questions are not generated simply by recalling memories or directly reading texts. Rather, they require students' advanced cognitive demands. Higher order questions also encourage the students to critically think beyond the given literal questions. On the other hand, low-level questions that require students to remember, reiterate, or find information within the text are explained here. In its relevance, Benjamin Bloom defined higher order questions as individuals' ability to break down material into its component parts so that the relationship between the parts can be analyzed and the underlying organizational principles are recognized. Such questions refer to those that help students to create new information, to look for opposite ideas, and to compare unrelated items. In addition, revised Bloom's taxonomy suggests questions for levels 3 to 6, and these levels include understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. This taxonomy is expected to develop students' critical thinking skills and to expand to problem-solving skills. There are a few web-based learning systems to facilitate questioning skills of learners. We conducted comparative analysis on 5 of these web-based platforms that are based on the existing scaffolding research data. SMILE, or Stanford Mobile Inquiry-Based Learning Environment, is a learning management system developed to promote critical thinking and higher order learning skills. PureWise, an online platform, is designed to help students perform better in examinations, that they can create multiple choice questions and answer questions that are created by their peers. Quora is a Q&A platform that allows gaining and sharing knowledge among the users. Piazza is an online platform that is designed for the learners to ask, answer, and explore under the guidance of their instructors. Socrative is an interactive Q&A platform that allows students to cognitively process questions that are asked by the teachers in order to increase their participation level. A few of these online questioning platforms offer only limited functions and levels of questioning skills. Some researches exist, and relevant tools were developed to help enhance learners' critical thinking and questioning skills. However, modeling, evaluating, and embodied higher order questioning skills functions have not been fully investigated. The purpose of our article is to identify the higher order questioning strategies in order to entail in a prototype of an online platform to scaffold critical thinking and higher order questioning skills among the students. ZPD, or Zone of Proximal Development, has been described as a zone where an individual can be helped to learn with someone else before the individual can perform individually without any help given. Vygotsky suggested scaffolding in his theory that children can learn more effectively when they have others to support them. Scaffolding is an assisted learning process in a ZPD learning environment to reach the next level of understanding. This draws upon the assistance of teachers, peers, and other mature adults. In traditional classroom settings, scaffolding used to take shape as an instructor alone interacting with either a small group or individual. In modern teaching learning settings, on the other hand, that use the web, scaffolding takes a different form, and its meaning has changed. Software tools have become a way of supporting learners, so this idea of ZPD is applied on the web. These are the 3 research questions. The first one is, what are the limitations of the current online questioning platforms? Research question number 2 is, what are the core functions of an online questioning platform and what functions can be embodied in a prototype? And research question number 3, how can these core functions for higher order questioning strategies be implemented on an online platform to scaffold and to attain higher order questioning skills? Here is a brief research design and methods. I would like to begin by talking about the design-based research, or DBR, followed by prototyping tools and design, and participants for 2 pilot studies. Design-based research is a general research design framework which provides a guidance for developing a platform in accordance with aspects of the designed context. It has been applied to designing and building a prototype of an online learning system. The DBR consists of 3 core steps in an iterative process, including analysis and exploration, design and construction, and evaluation and reflection. Our study used Seiko and Barber's process as shown in this figure. Its components include literature analysis, design and construction, evaluation and reflection, analysis and design, evaluation and reflection from the experts, and final prototyping. Among the online questioning platforms that were introduced previously, Smile was used for collecting the opinions about the core functions that online questioning platforms should entail to help the participants to learn higher order questioning skills in 2 pilot studies. Kakao Open was used for building the final HOQ's online platform prototype. For our study, 2 pilot studies using Smile were conducted from September to December 2018. The first pilot study was conducted with a group of students in order to collect feedback from the learners' perspectives regarding a series of technology-implemented questioning activities in which they participated. Our second pilot study was conducted with a group of 15 science teachers from a junior high school. Teachers provided feedback on the instructors' perspectives regarding a series of teaching with technology-implemented questioning activities. Now, I would like to introduce the 6 stages based on the DBR process and the results. Stage 1 is literature analysis. Here, the 5 of the popular questioning platforms that have been used in the educational field were analyzed in our study. We compared each of the 5 questioning platforms, whether they have the scaffolding functions that we newly proposed in the study. Stage number 2 is design and construction. 2 pilot studies used Smile to identify the key features for scaffolding in the questioning platform. The pilot studies have 4 activities, including creating level 5 questions, rating the quality of other questions, discussing the reason for the rating, and creating what-if questions. The detailed findings by performing the 4 activities are addressed in Stage 3. Stage 3 is an evaluation and reflection section in DBR. Here, we conducted a structured interview with 2 main topics. First question was, what aspects of functions in Smile should be improved to facilitate the higher order questioning, or HOQs? And question number 2 was, what functions or materials need to be added to guarantee the learner's optimal use and improve HOQs? Stage number 4 is analysis and design. In this stage, the findings of literature analysis and the pilot studies were organized into the following 4 functions. 1 is showing star metric. 2 is adding a what-if section. 3 is including questioning steps. And 4 is adding thinking triggering. These 4 functions were embedded in order to the final HOQ platform using the Kakao Open UX/UI prototyping tool. I would like to explain in greater details of these 4 sub-functions. First is a function of show question and level rubric. This function provides information of sample questions and the rubric of the question levels. The rubric of the question levels were generated based on the concepts of Bloom's taxonomy, which consists of 5 different levels of questioning, levels 1 through 5. The second function is what if section. This function allows the learners to create an open-ended question that has no right or wrong answer. That way, this function allows the learners to think about innovative ideas without limitations or constraints. It is designed to help the participants come up with various possibilities. When learners click the What If menu in the navigation bar, they can write a question and they are able to choose one of the purposes about their what if questions. For example, volunteer work, project, game, etc. According to the purpose of questions, the system recommends the community that the learners can participate in. Function number 3 is called questioning steps. This function was embodied to the FoCoS platform with 3-step activities, including creating a question, why, and information. The questioning scaffolding function is fundamentally grounded on the concepts of Socratic questioning. The first one is questions about an initial question or issue. For example, why is this question important to me? And another type is reason and evidence questions. For example, learners can think about what other information do you need to answer this question. Therefore, the 3-step activities in this system can help the learners or the participants continuously think about their own answers to the questions that they created. The fourth function is called thinking triggering. This function is also used in Socratic questioning strategies. Learners with this help can check what their question makes other peers think when they answer these questions. As learners have opportunities to reflect on their question, they can once more examine whether it is a lower order question that triggers them to memorize information, or whether it's a higher order question that requires a deeper level of thinking. Stage number 5 is evaluation and reflection from experts. Here, we conducted a structured interview and the reviews from 8 experts about the final prototype of the FoCoS, and the data were collected and summarized in stage 5. The 8 experts who have great knowledge and experience about scaffolding and an online questioning platform and development of the related application were recruited. The experts suggested 4 components, including reporting, point system, batch system, and data export. Stage number 6 is final prototype. The final FoCoS prototype was created by adding the final functions, and these functions include showing sample questions and rubric in terms of levels, a part of what if question, questioning step activities, triggering question for thinking about the question, reporting, point system, batch system, and data export. Now I would like to conclude the presentation. Our study attempted to generate an online questioning platform prototype that is designed to promote learners' higher order questioning and thinking skills, particularly in question generation procedures. The study's results demonstrated that its prototype has potential to generate learners' deeper learning by having them reflect on their question's importance and the social impact. It also resulted in higher level of critical thinking skills when scaffoldings were adequately provided. Researchers who are interested in this field may explore by further analyzing the previous literature reviews related to scaffolding and online question platforms in order to develop learners' higher order thinking skills. Additionally, from the perspective of metacognition, which is one's ability to correctly acknowledge his or her own cognitive process and awareness, the study proposes an important and relevant implication. And finally, these are the references of our study. Thank you for your attention.